Hello everyone, it's Menenberg again. On our previous video, we broke down this LEQ prompt. In this video, we're going to look a little bit more closely at student samples of their thesis statements as they attempt to address this prompt. And we're going to see if they check off all the boxes and get the point for that LEQ thesis. Remember, without the LEQ thesis, you are not going to have a very good essay, and it's very unlikely that you're going to get higher than a 1 or a 2 out of 6. So you really want to pay attention to this and figure out what you need to do to get better at writing thesis statements. So let's look at a first one. Wow, they wrote a lot. It must be good, right? We'll see. It says, between 1450 and 1750, Christianity played an extensive role in the expansion of empires and the legitimization of European rulers. Leaders converting to Catholicism as a means to unite their country, along with the actions of both the Reformers and the Catholic Church during the Protestant Reformation, all served to demonstrate both the continuity of Christianity along with the changes that it underwent during this time. However, the actions of Reformers and the Catholic Church during the Reformation were more impactful in the extent with which they showed continuity and change. That sounds somewhat intelligent. Let's see if they check the boxes. Okay, location? Europe. Got it. Does it deal with Christianity and Islam? Okay, I mean, it's got Christianity in there. It doesn't mention Islam, but I think we're going to be okay there. Does it deal with the expansion of empires? As a means to unite their country, leaders. I'm going to go with no. It's close, but it doesn't mention any specific empires or countries. When it says country, whose country? What country? Where? Okay, yeah, we got leaders converting to, that's just one example, but where did it happen? When did it? It's a little too loose. Let's pin it down. Now, before I continue, let me just say this. When I'm talking about my evaluation of this thesis statement or any thesis statement, I'm setting the Menenberg bar. College Board probably has a bar a little bit lower around here. Okay, that doesn't mean you're not capable of this, and if we aim for this and miss a little bit, we're more likely to be here than under the College Board bar. So let's aim high and get a good score, people. You can do this, and that's why I'm being hard on you. So with this pass, with the expansion empire, maybe. I'm going to say no, though, because you can do better. Name a specific country or countries that used Christianity to expand their empire. That's what we're trying to do here. So this just doesn't really deal with that. Okay, next. Does it say how much? Yeah, it played an extensive role in the expansion. Okay, great. Extensive role. That is a word that describes a significant impact of Christianity. So a lot of times students leave that part out or just say something very, neutral, like Christianity played a role. Well, yeah, the prompt told you that. Okay, you don't want to repeat the prompt. Not that directly anyway. They didn't say anything. It's not arguable. You're not making a case. It's not good enough. All right? Does it cover change or continuity? Yes. I see those words sprinkled throughout. Okay? We got continuity. We got change. We got continuity and change. Again, it's a little confusing there at the ending with the wording, but with it timed right, it's okay if it's a little choppy. As long as we get the gist of what you're trying to say, you're probably going to be in good shape. Is it arguable? Yeah, I'd say so. Again, could it be better? Absolutely. But when you're under the gun of it timed right, it's hard necessarily to get this really locked in and perfect. So I'm going to let that's going to count. Is it historically defensible? What this means is, can you back up what this is saying with historical facts? If not, no. So I always use the example of like women being equal to men in the song Dynasty of China. Like, that's a great example. Did it happen? No. Can I say it happened? Yeah, that's an outrageous claim, but it is arguable. You would argue with that because it's wrong. It's not historically defensible because I can't back it up with history. In this case, yeah, we got a Protestant Reformation. We definitely had leaders converting to Catholicism as a means to unite their country. Definitely things like that happen in Europe. Certainly that is historically defensible. Does that mean there's not a case to be made for the other side? No, there certainly is. But for what she's saying, that'll work. Line of reasoning, however, the actions of reformers were more impactful in the extent with which they showed continuity and change, it's iffy. Again, could this improve? Yeah, quite a bit, I think, but it's not bad. Okay, let's try another one. Between 1450 and 1750, Islam was significant in the expansion of Ottoman Empire, and Christianity also played an extensive role in the expansion of England, as both these religions were a continuity from the start of the empires. However, Islam was more significant in Ottoman Empire building, as it united the people of the Ottoman Empire in a more significant way than England, as there was a rise in Protestant religions in Europe which brought in a lot of disarray. Ooh. Grammatically, a little choppy, but again, not graded on that. We're going to let that go. So first, does it have a location? Absolutely. Ottoman Empire you can point to on a map. England, yeah, point to it on a map. Good. Does it deal with Christianity and Islam? Absolutely. Christianity, Islam, it's right there twice. Good. Does it deal with expansion of empires? Expansion of England. Extensive role in the expansion of the Ottomans. Yes. Wording of the prompt is present. I like it. Does it say how much? Significant. Extensive. These adjectives tell the reader you are giving an evaluative claim. In other words, you're saying how much. You're saying how much. Okay? All right, next we got covered continuity or change. Yes, we have the word continuity right here. It was a continuity in both cases, as those religions were present and influential in the formation and expansion of those empires since day one. We have a fixed time period. England and the Ottomans existed before that time period, so you can safely say that if the religion was in place or impacting the way the empire was expanding, then it's probably a continuity. And that's what this person is arguing. That'll work. Is it arguable? Yes. By using the word significant or extensive, it is definitely arguable. Because I could say, you know what? Islam was there, but it wasn't that significant with the Ottomans. Or Christianity was definitely there in England, but it was kind of a background issue for the English people. I could make that case. I might be wrong. I might be hard-pressed to find those arguments, but certainly you could argue against it, and that's what makes it arguable. Is it historically defensible? Yeah, like I said, there's historical evidence to back up this claim. That's going to work. Lastly, is there a line of reasoning? Yes, I see it right here at the end. As there was a rise in Protestant religions in Europe which brought in a lot of disarray. That's great. I know he's probably going to talk about that in his essay. That is what we are looking for with the line of reasoning. It's kind of like a roadmap to here's why I'm making this claim. Here's why I'm saying the Protestant, or rather the Christian religions in England were impactful, but they were less impactful because they brought with them, you know, some stuff, right? Whereas the Ottomans, they had Islam, and it was kind of just like, it really, you know, made the whole thing coalesce and be effective, all right? Let's look at one last one. A little bit different structure here. Various belief systems during the period 1450 to 1750 showed continuity and change in Africa and Eurasia, such as Christianity staying a dominant force in Europe, the split of Christianity and Islam, and the rivalry between between Sunni and Shia Islam. My goodness, that's a lot. It's a short thesis. Length isn't that big of a deal, but there's a lot in there. So let's see if we got the stuff. First, is there a location? Yeah, but this person, again, bit off a lot. Okay, so let me think about what that essay is going to look like. Are you really going to give me a lot of evidence about Africa, a lot of evidence about Europe, and a lot of evidence about Asia? I doubt it. It's going to be light in all three probably. So just pick. Okay? Does it deal, but it does mention it. It does mention it, so we'll check that box. Does it deal with Christianity and Islam? Yeah, Christianity, Islam. Done. It's in there. Does it deal with expansion of empires? No, it doesn't. No mention of empires whatsoever. So when we are looking at a thesis like that, if I had really good PowerPoint skills, I'd go right back to the prompt, but I'm going to forego that. The prompt has two parts. The first part deals with expansion of empires. The second part is focused on belief systems. This person focused on belief systems only and ignored the expansion of empires part. It's a lot different essay. It's a much different essay, okay? You're going to talk about the religion in both, but if you're not operating in the general umbrella of the expansion of empires, you're missing what the prompt is asking you to do, okay? So that doesn't check that box. Does it say how much? Showed continuity, staying a dominant force. No, it does not. I don't think I crossed that one off. Oh, I did. Yeah. It doesn't show, it doesn't say how much. It just says they did. That again is repeating what the wording of the prompt is, and you're not, just by restating the prompt, you're not going to get a thesis point. So it's not that you don't do it, it's that's just not enough. You need to say what type of continuity, or you need to say how much did these belief systems do this, and that's why you got to get that expansion of empires piece in, because if you ignore that, then what are we saying? Belief systems changed, belief systems continued? I don't want to read that essay very much. I'm just telling you, okay? Next, does it cover continuity or change? Yes, it does. Is it arguable? Showed continuity and change. Again, that's taking like a very political answer. Yes, that's a good question. Thank you for asking. I'm not going to answer it, but no, it doesn't really make an arguable claim, because you can't say both things necessarily happen and not really talk about what that looked like. I don't think that's arguable. No one's going to disagree with this, okay? This last one, or not the last one, historically defensible. Could I back this up with history? Sure. Yeah, there's a split between Christianity. There's a split within Islam. There's a rivalry. Yeah, there's facts that back that up. Sure. Is there a line of reasoning? Nah, not really. So this one has a good amount of work to do. But just to be encouraging, look, there's not that much tweaking that needs to take place. You just need to pick a place in Africa or Eurasia, whatever. You need to incorporate that expansion of empires piece, right, which you ignored. So name those two empires, I would stay two, and then make an evaluative claim. Make it arguable. Was Christianity more impactful in this place than Islam was in that place? That type of thing is what you're going to want to say to make an arguable claim. It's a lot more easy to have a roadmap for an essay when you have that type of comparison integrated in there. And then just, again, saying the continuity, pick one. Don't do continuity and change. That's too complicated. It's too much to write about. You don't have time to do it. Okay, we're going to stop here. People, I imagine you probably have some questions. I hope this is helpful though, so please do ask those questions. If you want me to take a look at a thesis statement, make sure to send me the prompt and your thesis. If it's this prompt, you can just send me the thesis and say it's the prompt from your video, and we'll see what I can come up with. I'd happily give you feedback, but remember, my friends, you don't get a thesis point, your essay is going to suffer dramatically. You can do this, but it does take practice, okay? So make sure to incorporate this type of stuff. Make sure to go back and watch that breaking down the prompt video, and hopefully you'll get a good sense of where you need to go for your LEQ writing. Okay, people, we'll have some more videos coming out later. We'll do some sample SAQs, maybe some sample DBQ stuff, and we'll see if we can help you in other ways for the AP test. Until then, remember, life is about choices, my friends. We'll see you next time.